Let's go, baby. You ditched Luke Sam for me. Good choice. Good choice. We got that broadcast over here. You know, we got that Fox Sports, that Kayo Sports motion. Let's cook. What's happening? All right. Merc is a rocket ship. Sure is. Sure is. How we going? We're just trying to get the TikTok launched. It's my first. I gotta get my verification code up. For 951-433. 951-433. Let's go. What's happening, baby? What's happening? Baby, where the hell is my husband? Why is it taking me so long? Find me. Has my live studio reset? No, we're good. We're cooking. Go live. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Holy AI background? Yeah, tell me about it, dude. I didn't have time to properly set up a graphic, so this is what we're dealing with for now, unfortunately. Yeah, living in Australia is brilliant this weekend. For once, it's actually paying off. For once, it's in our favor. I can't really complain this week. It's great. Or these few weeks. It's been quite nice. But yeah, Mercedes is defo going to be peak. Let's not beat around the bush here. But there's still fun to be had. Sorry. Let's get this started. Hello, what's happening, Miss Avocado? How are you? Let's get this party started. Let me fix up that. There we go. All right, welcome to the first qualifying live of the year. I am going very well right now. Let's cut straight to the chase here. Mercedes are going to be top. All right, in qualifying, they just seem to have the pace. I believe it's because they've got better battery management in terms of like their deployment being more efficient. And when deploying over a full lap, it seems that they are stretching that longer. So the Ferrari is quite good at regen because of the smaller turbo and all of that. Also quite quick off a line as a result. However, the Mercedes, when you've already got that 100% battery, it's dumping slower. So yeah, that's seemingly the reason why they are more efficient than the Ferraris. And then, of course, you've got the consumer teams who are just not quite understanding it as Mercedes have been to this point. So, fingers crossed, we got some people. Kate, you are... Where, at the Melbourne Walk, was it, Kate? Did I ask you for a bold prediction, perchance? What is your bold prediction, ladies and gentlemen? Bold predictions for the weekend. Cadillac out Q1. Well, we're currently in Q1, and we haven't got any representative times on the board yet. Actually, no, we've got Colapinto and Bottas. So we'll have to wait and see. We've only got a few minutes done. If you guys can have a look, you've got the data around us. If you're on Twitch, you've got the high quality graphics. The TikTok channel hasn't yet received the new graphics, but soon come. Yeah, we're cooking. You didn't make the cut? Did you not? I swear I put everyone in that I asked. Maybe not. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Kate. I'm sorry. Yeah, so the Racing Bulls are looking quite strong, to be honest, and I'm very happy about that. I do hate you. Yeah, you're so right. That's clearly what it is. So Max Verstappen goes fastest, but it's, we've only just started. A good weekend so far in terms of running for Aston Martin. Okay, they're looking like they're getting on top of some of those reliability struggles, but the result of that is lesser performance. They're not really pushing it. So hopefully we see a little bit more of that soon. What you'll notice as well is you've got some people on the mediums right now, just getting early banker laps in on the medium before darting back in, I'm sure, to set up with some softs. So we've got Piastri right now. He's fighting it all the way through there, which is, it's a bit of a concern. You don't necessarily want to be fighting the car through there because you're losing a lot of speed. You're scrubbing a lot on the exit down the longest straight on the track, and the super clipping kind of starts about here. But it's not too bad, guys. The super clipping on the circuit is pretty decent, considering. I mean, we saw in Australia that it was quite drastic through most corners. Into pretty much every corner, there was some amount of debrake. But here, you're barely seeing it into turn 1 here, so let's watch on board with Piastri. Oh no, he's ended a lap, so he won't be pushing. He's lifted early because he's not pushing. It's a great lap so far. That was a good push from Piastri. Half a second clear of Lando Norris in P2, but you got to question how much were we pushing. Those were used, scrubbed, soft tyres, so they will not be representative. As you see Hulkenberg there going second. So those are new softs for Hulkenberg, and that's why he is that far up above. Bortoletto is probably going to follow suit, I imagine, on a similar run plan, and they are going third fastest. Both Audis are, currently looking strong, but they are also one of a handful of people that have already got out on their brand new softs. So let's wait and see. Okay, Hamilton had a huge moment there, Sector 2. Rose, you share a birthday with Arvid Lindblad. That is a pretty big flex. We do love Arvid. Arvid's a very, very cool guy. Audi. Sorry, you're right, Kate. Audi. Ow. I need to. Audi. Ow. No, it's ow. Audi. Actually, it probably makes more sense to be Audi, doesn't it? But it's Audi. It's probably Audi. No one gives a no one cares. Audi. Fuck it. I'm saying it how I want. Deal with it. Perez now on a rep lap. Here we go. Hamilton saying the car has some snaps under braking. That's kind of what we're expecting at the moment. People are finding that balance between the battery engagement, off-throttle regen, dropping off, all of that good stuff. Perez, P20. Slowest lap so far. Cadillac are... They're now looking to be probably in the worst shape of all the teams, as Aston Martin's getting some running down now. Don't be too surprised to see Aston Martin stepping it up in the next few race weekends. Also, you've got to consider the fact, so we've got a 1 week break before Japan, and then after Japan, we don't have a race now until May, is it? So, because we're not going to replace those Middle Eastern races. So unless they pull a huge 180, but at the moment it's looking very cut and dry that their races are gone, and we're not getting any replacements. So the teams are going to have a lovely little buffer. For better or for worse, would you rather having some on track running potentially? But there'll be a lovely month essentially between Japan and then the next race, which is Miami. So is it Miami? Pretty sure it's Miami. So there'll be a nice little buffer there. I expect Aston Martin to rock up. It might be a high expectation, but I expect them to be pushing the outskirts of Q1. So hopefully we're seeing some 17th and 18th, something somewhat competitive at the back of the pack. Competitive being a bit of a loose use of the word. Antonelli right now and Russell on their push laps on what I believe to be new softs. Let's have a look. That is correct. These are new softs. So let's have a look here at the D rate. So Antonelli pushing. And D-rate, that's actually quite an early D-rate. The super clipping, I should say. Okay. But I think the biggest thing for me is that, yes, obviously Mercedes' engine is really solid at the moment. But they're also fighting the car an awful lot less and scrubbing less speed off through pretty much every corner. Like, the McLaren looks super twitchy. The Ferrari looks super twitchy. What doesn't is the Mercedes through most corners. Hamilton still only having set a medium. Alonso's on a lap here. He's obviously improving on himself. Let's see this. He's looking okay. It's green. Russell goes fastest, of course. And Alonso, the D-rate... Oh, our light has just... Oh. Yeah, the Aston Martin is still vibrating. That's a shame. But, yeah, Aston Martin, it's very slidey still. But it's just a matter of time until they get some more running. But this actually looks okay. And it is. Fernando Alonso, P17. That's pretty decent. He's quicker on raw pace than the Williams of Alex Albon. Did Alex have an issue? I don't know. I didn't see the lap. But fact remains, okay? Fact remains, they are actually starting to put in some laps that are somewhat on. Will they be able to maintain that for a long period of time? We're not sure yet, but the fact is that the pieces are there, and they're slowly coming together. Hamilton absolutely sliding there through, turn 12, turn 13. Very slippery, and he's trying to grab that slipstream of the V-carb. Early D rating. It doesn't look very quick. You're going to Vegas, Kate. That's very, very nice. Must be nice. Can't relate. At this stage, not going to Vegas that I know of. Hamilton, P19. It's going to be an improvement, but it did look a little bit slippery. It's P3 on a lap that didn't look too planted. You would take that. You will take that. 2/10 off of, or almost 3/10 off of pole. Lando Norris coming through sector 1, using the understeer to a degree to just carry that speed to the exit, and a 10th slower than George in sector 1. So, it's okay. It's okay. I also want Williams to do well this season. I was probably expecting more. Oh, Lindblad, box. We've got an issue. Arvid's had issues with his car all weekend long, and it just continues for him. When it rains, it pours. For the man in 16th, who's really trying to get some better running down before the Grand Prix tomorrow, it's not looking great. As Lawson goes 6th fastest, there is pace in this V-carb, but the reliability is proving troublesome for Arvid Lindblad, which is not ideal. Yo, Emma, welcome. What's good? Ella, Roblox partner. Ella. I feel like I remember playing Roblox with an Ella. What's happening? I do. No, I just opened your account. I do remember you. Wait, were you the one that took me to, like, the garden, the grower garden? Is that you? Grower garden? Charles Leclerc crosses the line, and he goes first on the provisional first in Q1. It is pole, but obviously it's not pole. It's just he'll make it through Q1 safely. Piastri looking kind of troublesome here. This will be his last push lap here. He's yellow in sector 2, and that D rating looked incredibly aggressive. He slowed down very early there. This isn't looking too good for Oscar, who's currently sat in P7. It's a bit rickety on the exit of the final corner, and he only improves slightly to P6. He should be safe. He's 4/10 to Leclerc. But I don't know if it's short. Oh, but track evolution is a problem here. It's steep. I think Oscar's going to have to get back out there again, is my guess. Can he manage it, is the question on everyone's lips. I'm just looking at the radio from Fernando Alonso. They're trying to figure out how to get the best regen and deploy on the Aston Martin, which is good to see that they are They're trying some stuff now without the fear necessarily of it all collapsing, which is promising. Ollie Behrman 7th fastest at the moment. Not too shabby. I look so tan because I am so tan. Being at the Australian Grand Prix, out in the sun all day, sometimes forgetting to wear sunscreen, has left its mark on me. Not too mad about it. I'm quite a fan. Arvid's back out now. That's good. Liv Dixon. Let's fucking go, my guy. I look like Ethan Woody. Wait, really? I actually get that a lot, actually. Damn, bro. Noah, that's crazy. Where's the Labubu? Right here. Right here. Don't try and at me. It's here. It's here. The green becomes like green screened out. It's here. I have had it on my desk, sat like up against my monitor since the day I've had it. So don't test me. Hold it close to my chest. Oh, I did actually have almost a bit of a problem. I spilt a drink on my desk and it got like the splash damage. And then on the toes as well a little bit. But it didn't quite get taken away, just a little bit. Put it back. Max Verstappen is currently P15, Hadjar P14, both only on mediums to this point. They should be safe. They will be safe. Barring an error, they will be safe. Max Verstappen, though, hasn't looked too comfortable this weekend in that Red Bull. The Red Bull looking a little bit like a midfield runner at the moment, particularly around here in China. They looked sharp at the start of the Australian Grand Prix. Of course, he came from P20 to P6. It looked quite decent, but I don't know. Just not quite looking too good this weekend. Through turn 1, 2, 3, it's coming back. It sharpens off very nicely. Obviously, always a bit twitchy, getting the power down with that camber change, elevation change. He's down. Sector 1, where are we? He's not too far off the pace there, actually. It's almost even with Charles Leclerc. It's a 300th off of the current pole sitter, or provisional pole sitter, because it's qualifying one, so he's not pole. But that was decent pace through Sector 1. I mean, we know Max is the sort of guy that can tame the twitchy car, and that's looking like what we're seeing here. He is fighting it a little bit, but he has it tamed. 3.5 tenths down at the end of Sector 2. This is looking like a pretty tidy lap. This is probably what the pace is, to be completely honest. This is, I think, what they've got in that car. It'll be interesting to see what Hadjar's got in him. He looks really sharp in Australia, Hadjar. I was impressed with his pace. But when the car is looking a little bit trickier, as it has been so far this weekend here in China, you do look to Verstappen to see what's being extracted as what is the limit of this car. I mean, it's Max Verstappen. We can't argue with that. Hadjar, a fabulous driver, going P7 there. That was a decent time. And in fact, it might even be quicker than Max. It's not. It's not. He went purple in Sector 3. Max Verstappen, P4. Interesting. It's always very fascinating. He just finds those tenths when you don't expect it, Max Verstappen. Carlos goes P14 for now. He's a couple tenths clear of the drop zone, but only just for now. We've got Arvid Lindblad improving behind, currently P18, rounds the final corner, throws it in, looks pretty well stuck there through the final corner, and he goes P11, Arvid Lindblad. Well done, my friend. That is a beautiful lap from the V-Carb. Lance Stroll stays 21st, crosses the line with a 35.9. Alonso behind him, looking a little bit quicker, but still not quite, with a 35.2. Colapinto, P17, crosses up into P9. The Mercedes engine of the Alpine pulling through, and Bortoleto follows suit and goes up to P7. Solid lap from Bortoleto. The Audi is looking not too shabby, Alonso. Here comes Valtteri Bottas, though, into the hairpin of turn 14. Look, he's not looking too quick. He is green, but he's, he's quite far back. Yeah, look, it's going to probably be, my guess, P18 for Bottas. Crosses the line. No, he stays P20. I take it back. Cadillac have been out-qualified by Alonso. and then Stroll to Perez. So what I was saying, it was a Xabi Alonso reference, Liv Dixon. Indeed it was. You're a soccer guy, soccer girl. I forgot about that. Yeah. Oh, Xabi Alonso. Alex Albon is not happy. He's not happy. He just screams terrible. So, out in Q1 is from bottom up, by the way. Perez 22nd. The 2024 woes continue. Stroll in front of him, 21st. Then Bottas. Then Alonso. So Alonso has outqualified both Cadillacs. Just for the record. So yeah, I was saying before about Aston Martin watch this space. Once they start to, iron out some of those early reliability issues, we will see some performance start to creep in. I expect their performance to really start to ramp up around mid-year. It's still going to be a slow progression. Let's be real. We can't expect to see any crazy jumps. Unless they do find something that just like overnight fixes everything with the vibrations and all the other reliability issues. But the fact is that I think they've kind of got one major issue that has then created a lot more problems for them, right? But with that in mind, maybe you can find one major solution that mitigates the rest of them. I don't think they will. I've had some good conversations with the team over the last few weeks, and it's looking like they're buckled up for a bit of a journey here in these first few races. But there is a lot of potential, and I think that's something that you need to subscribe to, is that potential, and really knuckling down and preparing for a little bit of a journey here. And as an Aston Martin supporter, I will say, I am indeed ready for that journey. Q1, ladies and gentlemen, Leclerc goes fastest by almost a tenth from George Russell, looking pretty sharp at the top end there, with the Ferrari outpacing the Mercedes duo, with Max Verstappen in P4 as well. So, fingers crossed for some competition, but I don't think we can look too far away from what we saw in the sprint. But that said, I thought that the sprint was pretty solid. Like, we kind of... You made it, though, bro, LFG. I made it. What do you mean? Oh, I made it through. Oh, so you missed the R out. Are you saying that I'm Arvid Lindblad? I did make it through. So, what was I going to say? I was saying something and I've lost. Guys, remind me, what was I saying? What was I saying? Oh, the racing. Yeah, sprint. So the sprint, I think, showed more of that good racing that we saw at the start of Australia, but it looked like it was it held out for a longer period of time. So it's, again, we're seeing flashes of this hope, of this great racing. But I think that a lot of that comes down to the lack of knowledge around these regulations at the moment with the battery, so that you're seeing these ebbs and flows of people pushing harder here and then gaining there, and then, oh shit, I've been caught out here and all of that. But I think that by the time everyone starts to get on top of it all, then it's going to kind of plateau a little bit, and we'll just see this sort of raw pace of everyone's kind of on a similar battery plan. Look, it's made for some exciting racing, and I can see the potential in it. I really can. I think the big problem, though, is just managing the D-rate situation and the super clipping and the ability to hold flat out till the braking zone. Max is P4 right now. Yes, that is correct. Indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are on TikTok right now and you want a better viewing experience, I highly suggest you move over to twitch.tv/EthanWoodyF1. We've got beautiful new graphics. You see this stuff up here on TikTok? It's on the side, it's bigger, and it's just more beautiful. I've customized the graphics so it's not boring and black and grey. It's got this beautiful blue, my brand colors, this embedded hue into it with animations, and it's just, honestly, can't get enough of it. I'm looking over here to see it in my viewer. It's just spectacular scene. So if you want to see some more beauty, head over to Twitch. Charlie, what's happening? Daisy, George Russell currently P1, not Charles Leclerc is there. Bring Ethan Bibby back. Hello. My bestie. RP looking better in this session. We got 2 through. 2 Alpines out of Q1, while 2 Williams didn't make it out of Q1. That's new. That's a bit strange. Alpine looking sharp. They were a bit rubbish, in my opinion. That's harsh, but they underperformed my expectations in Australia. Based on preseason testing, they look quite sharp. And then I was a bit underwhelmed in Australia. But they're looking to be a bit pointier, shall we say, here in China this weekend. So hopefully we get to see a little bit more from them. Leclerc also looking a bit sharper, though we have only seen Q1. Maybe people aren't pushing maximum. Bottas can't end a race, and Checo can't do quali. Yeah, that's the current story of Cadillac. But we've got to be patient with Cadillac. And you've got to be patient with Aston Martin. The thing is, Aston Martin is essentially a brand new team this year. Literally everything is new. There is not much that is consistent between last year and this year for Aston Martin. The only thing really that consistent is, like, probably about, a lot of the workforce personnel has stayed the same, but a lot of the key ones are new. There's been a lot of key changes in Aston Martin's management. And then the drivers. That's really the only difference. Engine, new. Regs, of course, new. Adrian Newey, new. And Adrian is so influential that a lot has to change around him. For the better for a lot of it, but it's still a learning curve for the team to get up to grips with. So, it's just that everything's new. New fuel. It's just everything. Yeah, Beto, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome along. Join the community. What Cadillac driver will make Q2 first? I think Bottas. Bottas has just been more involved. I think Bottas will be less rusty. Also, I'm a Bottas fan. He's an Adelaide guy. I'm from Adelaide. Caden, welcome. Thank you very much for the follow. Livy, thank you for the follow. Welcome. And Alexander. Liv, you don't have to do that. Olivia, don't do that. It's okay. Please. It's okay. You don't need to give me. It's okay. Though to be fair, I did get you to meet Sebastian Montoya, but don't give me. It's okay. Please. Next time I see you, just buy me a coffee. How about that? Done. Guys, if you want to see the most wholesome video of the year, head over to Liv D Dixon, her TikTok. There is a very beautiful video that we managed to get of her and Sebastian Montoya. Liv is a big Seb fan. Why, I don't know, but no, Seb's cool. But yeah, in Australia, I don't know if you guys know, but I have my pull in the F2 and F3 paddock, and yeah, we managed to get them a little meet up, so that was really cute. So if you want to see some wholesome content, go have a look at Liv's content. Hey, race starts right now, so I can hop on Prime to watch. The race starts tomorrow. Qualifying is now. It's Q2 currently. We're just at the start of the second qualifying session. Hugo, thank you very much for the follow. And Alexander, thank you very much for the follow. I think I already said thank you to you, but double it up. Let's do it. Liv, thank you very much for the roses. Much love. Always appreciate you. Bet, thanks. You are welcome, my friend. Fred Vesti watching on, third driver for Mercedes. I love how they call them third drivers rather than reserve drivers these days. It's like a very woke thing to do. But, you know, you could be Red Bull and have a third and reserve driver and second reserve. Or Alpine as well, for that matter. Live with the tiny dinies, welcome. China time so late? Ah, yes, for me it's quite a nice time here in Australia. It is, for me, 6 p.m. 5:59 to be exact. George Russell fastest for now. Let's see what Leclerc does. Again, Leclerc looking like he's having to work it a little bit more out the corner in the traction zones. Hamilton's purple through sector 2, though. Leclerc to the line, and it's second. He's almost 4/10 off. Hamilton's looking a bit sharper. Only just 3/10 off. How about Hadjar? Again, Hadjar mid-corner under the braking zone. Really having to fight that car there. And that is a consistent characteristic that we're seeing with these 2026 cars. Isak P5, slowest so far of those who have set a time. Zachary, what's good, mate? Welcome. It's 8:29 in Sweden. That's nice. Norris, that's underwhelming. On a used set though. So Antonelli, Russell, Hamilton, Leclerc, Norris used. Hadjar, the only one right now that isn't on a used set. Verstappen is also on a new set and P5. Zach, oh, Gia! Yo, you still exist, bro? That's crazy. What's good? Kimmy's so good. Kimmy is so good. I love Kimmy. No, don't quote me on this, but I'm so disappointed that Kimmy broke up with Ellie. She was very nice. Got along very well. Not in that way. It's just nice to have friends in the paddock. Who is Zach? And how do we know Zach? Behrman, 6th fastest right now. That is on a new set, though. So we'll wait and see. Bortoleto looking pretty sharp. I think Gabby will see a lot more from him this year. I'm expecting him to really stick it to Hulkenberg. So fingers crossed that remains true. I'm a big fan of Gabby. He's a very talented young man, and hopefully Audi this year can provide him with a car that's capable of getting some performance. And right now, P12 isn't necessarily that, unfortunately. Arvid Lindblad, also a rookie, or the only rookie, I should say, this year, but also a young talent that we're looking out for. Everyone just slightly going a little bit further over that final corner. My basically brother. Oh. Kimmy pole incoming. I would love to see a Kimmy pole. I don't think it's going to happen necessarily because Ferrari's looking sharp and Russell is George. So, you know, it's going to be hard for Kimmy this year. I'd love to see him sort of fighting a little bit more in the second half. I'm trying to be realistic here. And George is a brilliant driver. He's consistent also. I think Mercedes have really made the right choice with their driver lineup. A couple of years ago when they were making the decision between who to promote out of the two, we were looking at, okay, should they promote Antonelli? Should they not? And everyone was saying, no, too early, don't throw him in. And then they were also saying, promote Carlos or Alex or someone temporarily or what have you. Max, that was always just never going to happen. Max would probably have taken that opportunity now looking back on it, but for Max, I don't think it's necessarily like, that big of a deal, just whatever. But I said from day one, get in Kimi Antonelli, and people were like, nope, not going to happen. But it was the right choice. I'm not trying to take credit for it necessarily, but because obviously it wasn't my decision. But they gave him a year to mature a little bit last year. Now Kimi's in a really good position where he's been around for a year. He's got that under his belt, and now he can really start to come into his own. And George Russell also wants the young talent, now a really good leader in the team, to kind of nurture Kimi, but also will put on a solid title run when given the car. Tan filter. No, it's not a tan filter, Rose. Actually. I was in the sun at the AusGP all week. Thank you very much. It's really funny because you know how the FIA came through about all of their swearing stuff over the radio? I'm looking at the radio transcriptions coming through, and every second one has the F word in it. It's brilliant. I'm going to P1F, fire back up. It's just a lot of swearing. I rate it. Ethan fake tanning. Liv, you better watch what you say. I'm gonna ruin your whole career. I don't know how, but I'll find a way. You're forever in debt to me. Bondi Sands, thanks, Gia. Love your work. Ethan, is it Bondi Sands? No, it's not Bondi Sands, actually. Not Bondi Sands at all. It's normal. See, look at the difference between my normal skin and my... Anyway, don't worry about it. It's not Bondi Sands. Yeah, Liv, you still owe me. You owe me forever. Maybe not. You actually don't owe me anything. I did it for love of the game. I can live vicariously through you doing cool things by like, because I can't fanboy, of course. So yeah, I did it for the love of the game. To be fair, the camera and like green screen, because obviously I've got green screen, this is not real behind me. It does add a weird hue to things a little bit. Five minutes left. Susie. Yeah, fuck you, Susie. Sorry, I shouldn't swear. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've been trying not to swear. Susie, you can't just come here and just op me. What, you want the smoke? It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. How are you, Susie? Are you enjoying the lack of sun in the UK right now? Because I'm actually really warm in my room. It's too hot for me. FIA is coming for me. Low-key, the FIA do be coming for me quite frequently. Also, what is Tanologist? That's not a brand I've heard of. Russell looking like Mercedes Hamilton. Get used to it for the first half of the year at least. Let's be real. It's only a matter of time till people start to catch up. But I mean, also, like, speaking of, Leclerc is currently purple sector 1. Oh, that's so good to hear, Susie. So happy for you. Love your work. It's 4 degrees right now. Well, let me check the temperature. Guys, what do you think? Because I'm really warm right now. I'm also a bit of a softie when it comes to the weather. So I'm not very Australian in that sense. I'm going to check the weather. It's 25.6 degrees where I am. I almost showed you, but it shows my exact location, so I'm not going to do that. Sector 2, it's purple for Leclerc as well. Hamilton goes yellow in Sector 2. Interesting. George, is that you? Me? Am I George Russell? I get that a lot. Like on the Melbourne Walk, people were saying that, but I don't think so. Gia, you know where I live. Anyway, please don't out me. Oscar Piastri through the final corner. It looked reasonably planted, and he goes 5th fastest. Actually, yellow Sector 3. It's not looking good. McLaren aren't looking very sharp. It's not good, but who is? It's Charles Leclerc. He goes fastest temporarily. A 132.48 for Leclerc there, and Hamilton crosses. He'll also improve, stays 3rd. A 10th, just under a 10th to Leclerc. Lando Norris is improving, but if Piastri's pace was anything to go by, it's only P5. Yeah. Not ideal. 0 degrees and snowing. Oh, that's rough. Yo, fucking take that L, Susie. Crazy work, crazy work. Where is it snowing in the UK? Scotland. Ain't that right, Susie? Scotland. Ethan, what races are you going to? Currently, I have got none planned, so if you guys want to send me anywhere, let me know, okay? You need to update the Labubu? Yes, you do, Charlie. I don't know what flag that is, because on my thing, it's not showing. That was my Scottish accent. Guys, my live visibility just got banned for 10 minutes. I just got banned for 10 minutes for bullying. Guys, who reported me? Susie, did you report me, Susie? Susie, why'd you report me? Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that, Susie? Go to some Supercars rounds? Well, you just have a chat with Fox Sports about that and tell them to send me there, because I think they might anyway. I'm no snitch. Snoozy? Me when I'm really bored of hanging out with you, Snoozy. Sorry. Stupid. Hulkenberg P11 right now, Antonelli P4, and purple through Sector 2. This will be good. I mean, the fact is I only have to get through Q2, right? It'll be pretty safe, let's be real. Antonelli goes... Wait, how am I mean to have a chat with them? Come Bathurst. Oh, I'll don't worry, I'll try, I'll make it happen. Antonelli crosses the line, he goes provisional P1. Wow, very rapid. 132.443. Hadjar now P10, right on the cusp, with people improving behind. Hajar himself is improving. He should jump. I'd imagine he'd jump Bearman, right? Surely. He hasn't. Sector 3, everyone's not improving in Sector 3, which is interesting. Verstappen does, though. He goes P6. Kota is fun. I'd love to do... oh, yellow flag. Double waved yellow. Bordelotto has stopped. Ooh. That's a real shame. Gabby has stopped near pit entry. Has he spun around? Ooh. How's he done that? Oh. That's no good. That's very unfortunate. Oh, mate, that's devastating. For Lindblad and whomever were behind. I think it might have just been Lindblad that was cooked there. This is the final lap of qualifying 2. Bearman shakes the checkered flag. Gasly will improve. P5. Wow, Gasly. Piastri P8 could be in jeopardy here. He doesn't improve. Colapinto, meanwhile, is improving. And he goes P12. Never mind. Whew, he's only just not made it through. Alpine in P5. Norris, you can lift, mate. You'll be plenty fine now. Wrap it up, mate. Wrap it up. Well done. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Bortoletto is out. Lindblad out. Lawson out. Ocon, I believe, is out. Russell, something is not right with the car. I've got major understeer. Something with the gearbox. It's like the front wing is broken. Prepare another front wing. Let's have a look what happened here with Bortoletto. Did he drop it? What happened here? So it looks like he gets caught up on the right-hand curb. Yeah, he's dropped it straight away and then overcorrected to the right. Yeah. No damage to the car, it seems. Not that it would matter because it is the end of his running for the day. Very fascinating. She's kind of dropped it on entry and then is corrected to the right, overcorrected. I wonder how much time they spend clearing rocks out of the cars when that happens. Not an awful lot of time, I don't think, because they don't actually get an awful lot underneath the car. It's just, I guess, whatever pops into the cockpit. That really is a lot of gravel going there, isn't there? Gia is mod. Yes, what about it? Don't abuse that power. Jay Hazy or Hazy, welcome. Thank you very much for the follow. Baby, where the hell is my husband? Liv, thank you for the finger hearts. Much love. Oh, baby. Swapping sides. What do you mean? Swap sides. What? I am confusion. I don't know what's going on. Yellow flag. Ah, that's not very nice, Gia. Used to say I was on the other side to begin with anyway. Ever thought about that, mate? Oh, you would know, actually. Never mind. Sunday on Kayo Sports. This March. Oh, dear. So, guys, we have Bortoletto, Lindblad, and as a mod as well, the hypocrisy. What? What are you talking about, Susie? What? Gia insulting me? Yeah, fuck you. Oh, no, I'm going to get banned for bullying again. I love you. I love you, Gia. I love you. I love you, Gia. I love you. I was just joking. I was just joking. I was just joking, Gia. I wasn't being mean. I wasn't being mean. I love you. Damn it. No, please don't report me, please. Oh dear. Liv Dixon, would you like to be a mod? Susie, would you like to be a mod? Susie would be a good mod. The power would go to your head. Okay, maybe you wouldn't be a good mod. There's no power. There's literally no power. There's nothing to do as a mod anyway. Oh dear, my hay fever's not great. I don't know. Gia, what power does it give you? Well, Gia, no, you're not special anymore. Guess what? I've met Liv in person many times. Never met you in person. Never met Susie in person either. But that's besides the point. Kendrick Lamar, my frickin' goat. Liv is superior. Yeah. Liv, how many photos do we have together? Like 5 or 6, probably. Hey, let me pull it. Yo, Liv's actually the goat. Liv has fucking features. How many features have you got on my Insta? Probably 2 or 3. Here, you guys, you want to see? For context, this is me, Liv, and oh my god. Oh my god. How Ella. It's Ella, right? It's Ella. Ella? Liv is not 15. Though Liv does look 15. Ella, right? Fuck! No, I need to remember. Don't snitch. Don't snitch. Oh my god. Oh no. Bro, I'm cooked. Oh my god, Liv, I forgot. Oh no. Charlie, who was, literally here before. I'm sorry. Don't snitch on me. I'm sorry. Liv, how old are you? Tell the people at home. Is that, yeah, Liam Lawson walking down the pit lane. Unfortunately, didn't make it through. Unlucky. 14th and 15th for Liam and Arvid. Also, it doesn't matter anyway, because literally just pals. What are you talking about? Fucking foolish shit. What are you insinuating? So, low-speed corners, the Ferrari is the quickest. Oh! George Russell! George Russell's out! George Russell, can he get this car started? His engine has cut out right now on his outlap on the exit of turn 3 or 4. Toto Wolff has gone from the smiling, grinning tease of the paddock to just devastation. It's a yellow flag waved. Can he get the car moving? Can George save his qualifying session, or does he start in P10? It looks like he's found gear, I think. I've heard, you hear the engine. I think he has got moving. He has got moving. George has got moving. Liv, the bet goes on for another day. No, but he is stuck, it looks like, in first or second. Let's see if he can find gears on exit. No, he's not finding second. He's stuck in first. He's on the rev limiter. Meanwhile, Kimi Antonelli's starting a flying lap here. Let's see what happens. Russell Radio. George cannot make it through gears. So he's got a long, slow lap back to the pits in first gear. I would imagine they'd have to get out the yellow flags at some point, right? Surely. This is so boring. Wait, screw you. Baby, where the hell is my husband? Sorry, Liv. It's stuck in my head. Find a different job. Thanks, Gia. Love your work. Kimi Antonelli looking like he might just be the pole sitter. Who said it before? Someone said it earlier. People think Red Bull is sandbagging. No, you don't sandbag in sprint and sprint qualifying. Liv said it. Yeah, you're on. Kimi will be provisional pole here. It's a decent lap as well. 32.3, that's pretty sharp. That's pretty sharp. Not now in practice. Well, they're not sandbagging because they're not doing well. Charles Leclerc, it's not going to be pole right now, is it? Let's be real. He's 3 tenths off. 3 tenths exactly, almost. Irene, thank you for the follow. Welcome along. How are we going? No thanks, Liv. I'll politely pass on that. I don't know what it is about being sat here and doing live streams, but it makes me incredibly tired every single time. I guess my eyes are just constantly straining. I'm very, very much paying attention to all the data. When I usually watch F1 races, I'm not necessarily looking at all these different data screens, so I guess I'm blinking more, perhaps. I don't know. Lewis Hamilton through the middle of the lap here, just loses it on the exit. It's very slippery. He's been struggling with oversteer, it seems, all weekend in the Ferrari. So, like, they're finding a little bit of pace. Yeah, sure, but it's not very stable for him, is it? Luckily, Lewis is a driver, and so is Charles, who can manage it. We can see here with Charles Leclerc as well. He's going to have another similar moment, I imagine. Watch it step out. There we go. Fighting it, finally plants it, and then gets the power down. So they're losing corner exit speed, which is not ideal for them. Because also then you've got the battery that's working overdrive to try and find it up. Blinking does take a lot of energy, to be fair. Yes, it does. You are right, Susie. You are so correct. Can Russell get practice one? What a silly guy. Russell can get P1 if he can get back out, but there are 7 minutes and a half to go. He is still sat in the car, but control unit error right now, unable to find gear. So Lando goes P2 right now. He's front row for Lando currently. How about Piastri? It was a decent exit, final corner, but it's nothing crazy. Yes, it is! I take it back, ladies and gentlemen. Oscar Piastri, provisional P2 right now. It's front row for the Australian. Hadjar, meanwhile, behind. It's not going to be quite the same. It's P6, and that's about where I expect the Red Bull to be. So Verstappen will jump. There we go. Yeah, so Verstappen P6, Hadjar P7. It's 6 and 7 for the Red Bulls. While George Russell is still P10, sat in the garage with no time. Thank you, Susie. Charlie, I didn't forget your name. You also only just followed me, so do with that what you will. Clearly not loyal. I didn't forget your name. I just confused you with Ella. Maybe. I did have a mental blank, and I'm really sorry. I did forget. I am sorry. I didn't forget. I failed to recall. There you go. Oscar Piastri won last time here in China. He also scored his first pole position here last year. I doubt he's going to get pole this year. We've got the Mercedes out in front. One of them not on track technically right now, so I would be hopeful for a front row. I do still think, though, that the Ferraris are going to be quicker. I think. If Kimi Antonelli, by the way, gets pole today, he will be the youngest ever pole sitter in Formula One history. Who is in my profile picture? Me. Myself. Dumbass. This Gia guy needs to get a grip, honestly. Okay. So George sat in the car. No tires on the car. Why am I bullying Gia? It's mutual. Gia has nothing nice to say about me. So, they're switching out the steering wheels here for Mercedes. Looking like they're trying to fix the electrical issue here. The software, perhaps, being cooked. Why is George Russell my profile picture? You guys really crack me up. You dedicated your tree and ladybug. Okay, so guys, there was a story. Gia had a ladybug, and then it died? Did it die? And then, like, we had a funeral for it, or it got married or something. It had, like, some weird thing going on, this ladybug. And then you, like, carved... Oh, it was a child. It was a child. That's right. Yeah. Was it your child? There's this whole thing. It was during the off-season. Times were desperate for entertainment. The Paddock Club there looks incredibly quiet. In comparison to Australia, there's not many people up on that roof. I did not marry a ladybug. I am single, guys. Don't get me wrong. No commitment over here. It's insinuating I had a casual relationship with a ladybug. I did not. Married the girl. No, I didn't. See a ring, guys? Do you see a ring? No. Where the hell is my husband? Sorry. I need help. 3 minutes left in this qualifying 3 session. This will be setting the front 10, of course, for the grid tomorrow. I was sounding like Will Buxton explaining this, but on the off chance that you've not watched Formula One before, welcome to qualifying. Top 10, of course. Well, this is it. Am I waiting for George to change that? What? I don't get what you're saying. Try again. George is waiting, though, to get out. I think they're going to try it. The wedding ring thing. Waiting for George. No, I don't want to marry George. He's not my type. Kimi Antonelli, currently provisional P1. He will, I think, be the first car to set a time here in this final run. So it'll be interesting to see if he can improve. But obviously track evolution, I think, it's exponentially ramping down. So we'll see. George is coming out. Kimi now starting his final lap in qualifying. I'd love to see him get on pole. Let's see if George can find gears. Kimi Antonelli into turn 1. He throws it in there, and this is a huge battery recharge area, as a lot of corners are here in China. It's very sharp there on the late apex. He's really tidied that up there. Not having to fight the Mercedes, as many people are in, the Ferrari, the McLaren, and pretty much everywhere else. Kimi, though, not improving on his Sector 1. You do then ask, is he managing his pace differently? We'll have to wait and see how he looks in Sector 2. Lando Norris, meanwhile, about to finish his first sector, and it is purple. Lando Norris is currently purple in Sector 1. McLaren showing a little bit more pace today than they did yesterday, and I should say also earlier today in the sprint. Leclerc not improving in Sector 1, a 10th off of current P1 time. Antonelli goes purple in the middle sector, and there's not a lot in it right now between the three currently on laps. Lando Norris comes through Sector 2, and he has improved on his previous sector time, but Antonelli's middle sector, much better overall than Lando's, and I believe is still leading out in front. Leclerc goes purple now through the middle sector, but is also now still 600ths off of Kimi Antonelli's banker lap. Antonelli looking to improve overall on this lap. He's currently sitting P1, but with danger from behind, he needs to improve still up to the final line. He crosses to extend his advantage with a purple sector 3. It's incredible. He's now half a second clear of Piastri. Lando Norris wants something to say about this, though. He's still purple in Sector 1. What's he doing in Sector 3? It looks like a pretty good lap, but no. He's half a second off. He really has just cooked it in the third sector. Antonelli was managing his pace then through the first sector, and it's worked in his favour. Leclerc goes second fastest now, 3.5 tenths off of Kimi Antonelli. Hamilton now, again, also Sector 1 not improving. Hamilton improving in the third sector, but it's front row for Hamilton, and it's Kimi Antonelli currently on pole. Gasly follows it up. P6, that's pretty solid. Ollie Behrman, about to be crossing the line himself, is improving everywhere. He's going to jump all the way to P7. Isak Hadjar currently P9. Verstappen currently P8. The Red Bull's looking to be struggling quite a bit. Not ideal. Russell is on a lap. I don't know necessarily what the pace is like. We'll have to see that Sector 2 split. Hadjar, P7. Jumps the Haas of Ollie Behrman. Max Verstappen will improve on that, no doubt. He goes P7. But it's not crazy, is it? That is the pace of the Red Bull right now. They are the front of the midfield or the back end of the front. George Russell now, he's down currently through the first two sectors and fighting it through mid-corner there. I think Kimi Antonelli is about to become the youngest pole sitter in Formula One history. George isn't really improving all that much right now. He's currently a 10.5 behind Kimi Antonelli and look to lose a bit of time on the exit down that back straight now. So coming into turn 14, it's pretty sharp on the apex. Was very planted through mid-corner. Good exit here, but it will all come down to this. Sector 3, what's George Russell doing? He's sliding a little bit through the final corner. I don't think he does it, does he? And it's Kimi Antonelli, the youngest pole sitter in Formula One history, 2/10 clear of his teammate George Russell, who did have problems. But Kimi Antonelli, take a bow, son. Congratulations, you have just set history. Well done. And he's already parked up as well. How about that confidence? Kimi Antonelli parked at the one plate before George has even finished his lap. Kimi Antonelli is pole for race day tomorrow, but with the Ferraris in P3 and P4, will he lead into turn 1? Probably not. Let's be honest. Pole position for Kimi Antonelli. Huge. Well done, mate. Very happy for him. That's big. Very proud of him. I love Kimi. He's a very sound guy. Good head on his shoulders. Well done, Antonelli. Kimi Antonelli, baby. I mean, it's another Mercedes one too. Okay, let's not get it twisted. Okay? But it wasn't George on pole. Kimi on pole. Ferrari, let's run through this. Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren, and that really sums up the state of Formula One at the moment. Wait, Ali, are you the OG Livy Dunn one? Oh, you're not. No, Gia was initially when Gia first joined the live all those years ago. Everyone was spamming Livy Dunn dupe, and we ended up having to mute people because of it. Interesting, but no, you're good. How about it? Kimi Antonelli is your pole sitter for the Chinese Grand Prix ahead of his teammate George Russell. Then comes Liam. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Liam Lawson's not third. It's Lewis Hamilton. Sorry, my bad. Then it's Lewis Hamilton. I almost did it again. Why is Liam Lawson on my lips? Pause. Antonelli, Russell, Hamilton, Leclerc. It's a Mercedes, Ferrari, and then followed by a McLaren third row lockout. Oscar Piastri P5, Lando Norris P6, and then we've got the Alpine of Pierre Gasly out qualifying both Red Bulls. Verstappen ahead of Hadjar, 8th, 9th. Interesting. With Ollie Behrman, the Haas, in P10. That's a pretty solid top 10. That's representative of what I was expecting to see. I would say it's actually, minus the Gasly thing, exactly what I was expecting to see. I was expecting one of the V-carbs probably to be in place of Gasly. Yeah, I was expecting the V-carbs to be through. Lindblad lost out on his opportunity to make it through, and I don't really recall what happened to Liam Lawson. I'll have to watch it back and have a look. But today, today overall, I think is promising signs of where the progression is going to go. I think we're going to see less Mercedes dominance pretty shortly. They're still going to be quite clear, I believe, in this first sort of half of the season. But give it time. You've got to consider this is brand new regulations. Mercedes got it right. It was always possible that something was going to happen like that. And you can't be mad at it. I think when we're judging these regulations, the key thing for us to do is not look at, for our Mercedes is dominant, that's the issue. The issue of the new regs is not that. You got to take that factor out of it. Because there's always going to be someone, particularly at the start of a new set of regulations, who is clear. And people are playing catch-up. There's a big separation between the order. There always is a new set of regulations. Go back to 2022. You're going to see this. It's consistent. So you can't compare that. Overall, the lap times, by the way, are actually not that far off of what we saw last year. So it's a lot better. Like, if you look at the lap times from this year compared to the lap times of 2022, they are actually better than the 2022 lap times. So that drop-off of new regs, actually quite solid. Susie shared the live. Who are you sharing the live to, Susie? That's kind of sus. But yeah, like, don't look at the Mercedes dominance thing. It's okay, Susie. It's okay, Susie. It's fine. I know you, like, I don't know. Just, like, share it with all your friends. Like, who is this guy? Who is this cute Aussie guy? Crazy work. Yeah, who did you share it to? What the fuck? Just copy link. But no, so we're gonna see, like, the Mercedes stuff, get rid of it. Look at the racing, look at the car performance, car by car, and make your verdict based on that. So, for me, I'm looking at the D-rate thing, and I'm not a fan of that. It was your boss from work? That is crazy. Harlan, hello, what's happening? Poll for Kimmy. Let's go, Peaky44. Huge. We love a bit of Kimi Antonelli on top. Whoa! Whoa! Like, let me just, like, take a back step real quick. Don't quote me on that. Do not quote me on that. Fuck, man. Pause. Shit. It's okay, let me just backpedal. Yes, Kimmy. Let's go, baby. My go. I'm going. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in for qualifying for the Chinese Grand Prix. Let's run us through our final order. Barring any post-quali penalties, okay? This is what we're going to see tomorrow. I don't think there's anything that's being investigated. Oh, we'll see. Starting from the top, we've got Kimi Antonelli, the youngest pole sitter in Formula One history, ahead of George Russell. Then it's the two Ferraris of Lewis Hamilton in P3 and Charles Leclerc in P4. Then we've got a McLaren third row lockout. It's not that impressive to say. I mean, saying lockout makes it sound better, but you know what? Overall, I'm impressed with the pace that they showed, considering my expectations. Piastri P5, Norris in P6. In P7, we've got Pierre Gasly ahead of the two Red Bulls, surprisingly. Max Verstappen is at Kadjar. I say surprisingly, it's not that surprising if you've seen them over the weekend. I think this is basically what their pace is expected to be. But P10 for Ollie Behrman, the Haas, into qualifying 3. And then we head down to the people that didn't quite make it into Q3. We've got Nico Hülkenberg in the Audi in P11. That's a solid performance from him. The Audi looking reasonably strong at the moment. I'm not too mad about it. Colapinto in P12, showing that the Alpine pace extends just beyond Gasly. They're looking kind of good. The Mercedes engine maybe being figured out by the team in blue, another team in blue. 3 teams in blue, by the way, running the Mercedes engine, so that was a really useless statistic. Anyway, Ocon in P13, not too bad. What was a bit underwhelming, in my opinion, was P14 for Lawson and P15 for Arvid Lindblad. Arvid didn't get a time in at the end. Unfortunately, he was screwed over by double-waved yellows from Gabby Bortoletto, who spun out and is just behind him in P16. And then we got your Q1 exiters in Carlos Sainz, Alex Albon, 17th and 18th. Alonso in P19, ahead of both Cadillacs, the first of which being Valtteri Bottas in P20, Lance Stroll 21st, and at the very back of the pack, it is Sergio Perez. Aston Martin looking a little bit better in today's qualifying session. If they can back that up with some better running tomorrow in the race, I think that is probably about the best that they could have hoped for heading into this sprint weekend. That is your grid for tomorrow's Grand Prix. Stay tuned. Can the Ferraris lead into turn 1? My answer is yes, they definitely can, and they probably will as well. Kimi Antonelli has not had a good start out of the 2 so far. Starting on pole position, he won't want to get bogged down, but we have seen trouble at the top off the race starts. So there you go. Youngest pole sitter in Formula 1 history, Kimi Antonelli. A take a bow. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you tomorrow for the race.